can go for a bluff into a pat hand, but of course you are conveying that your draw is so good that you're better than this possible pat hand. So it's not necessary to go with all the hands in that spot. I definitely don't mind the shutdown from George.
Right. Looks like the perfect spot for the 4x pot shove, George. Right?
I do.
Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna be the man to overbet the pot on the end? Somebody.
I have gone for those in certain spots with very success, but when it gets through, it definitely feels really good.
Right.
I will say that.
When it doesn't get through, are there any other
that's what
results to report, Neil?
I mean, that's what reloads are for, right? You get a story out of it. Looks like a reload right now for...
Yeah, we're getting some black chips on the table. Black chips worth 100 American dollars. Here and at about every notable casino or poker room across America. Except for the ones who have weird colors.
There's some white chips.
Where did you came from Foxwood? You said
they
got weird
normal.
colors
They
up
were
there?
normal there. No, we had the same black chip, green chip, red chip.
Is it California with your weird colors? Get out of here with your
Some of those
weird
places have like the
colors,
white
man.
chips for the hundreds. Yeah, a little bit, getting used to.
Not cool.
The one big difference would be the 1Ks. You get some orange, you get some yellows. I prefer the pumpkins personally, though.
Yeah. Well, I aspire to one day have a 1K chip. That sounds like
We gotta get one of them first.
an incredible fantasy.
I do think this game it does cap off at the purples, which are of course the $500 chips.
Yeah.
But those would be very nice to see at some point.
We would be happy to get a lot of purples on the table here. Red Star Social, Burn It 183, come by for a membership, a game of No Limit Hold'em. They've got PLO here. I know there is a bomb pot only game that runs a couple of times a week. Lost a bunch of money in that one. Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to say that.
The bomb pot games are also a good Texas novelty that we have down here.
Yeah. We invented bomb pots,
We
right?
definitely
We,
did.
the Texas people, invented bomb pots.
It's
And
indigenous to here.
okay,
And,
here we
This
go.
is a very interesting hand, actually.
3-bet pot. Don has the 8-7-6-4 deuce, has 3-betted to 125. It has been called by George with a one-draw king high 7-5-4 deuce, and called by Jack 7-7-5-3 by Sam as well. And we're going to see a couple of one-draws, right?
So from Sam, I believe he's going to go for the 2-draw. He has a Jack 7-7-5-3.
Oh, right, of course.
He will probably pitch the Jack 7 and try to go for a very, very good hand with 7-5-3. Of course, he's against Don's 8-high, which is, he's drawing very slim against that. Oh, look at this. Wow, it happened again. George has hit number 1.
George, knock it off, man.
This is the second time in the past, like, maybe 10 minutes or so that an 8-high has been cracked by number 1.
And Don here has 8-7-6-4 deuce.
cannot
He has
get
a
away.
very strong hand. And so George really should just bet it all here, right?
I believe we saw 250 from Don here, which means that the
Oh, yeah.
natural sizing from
Oh,
George
yeah.
will be to go all in with 630 behind, so there's no way out of this for Don. I don't
Because Don was the pre-draw aggressor. You have to figure that, and he drew, he stood pat, and so you have to figure he's very strong.
believe. Yes, he conveyed strength at every single
And
phase of this hand, and he's going to continue to do so, and he has no chance.
You just put it all in here, and then Don is kind of in the torture chamber, just wondering, okay, so he's min-betted, actually. Looks like George has
he did just
min-betted to
min-raise,
500.
yeah. And of course,
But-
Don doesn't like it, but I believe he has to
Yeah,
pay this off.
you kind of, I mean, if you're in George's spot, you're leaving value on the table, because if your opponent's going to call you here,
Yeah, there's only 630 effective, so if he's going to call 500, he's going to call the full amount as well. He does make
Right.
the call, as we see.
and he's going to call you so often with a hand like an 8 or a 9 high, just hoping that you're just bluffing him.
You're bluffing, or maybe you have even a worse 9 or something. Like an 8-high is so strong that you beat some of the value from George, right?
Yeah.
So I do believe all-in is the best sizing there, but sometimes a man just wants to get paid, right? And George definitely just wanted the extra 250.
I know that about George. He is a man that likes to get paid.
Yeah, that's definitely very, very unique to see an 8-high get cracked twice in a row to a number 1. Again, number 1s are the best hand. I'm trying to find a good analogy and hold them to show. I'd say like set over set would be the best possible analogy for this.